Hi, this is Michael Kaim. I've been selling real estate for over 20 years. Our team of highly skilled professionals, along with our aggressive marketing plan, has sold over 4,000 homes all over the greater Cleveland, Akron, and Canton markets. And this is how we do it.
All right, we're going to talk about goal setting. Who in this room has a business plan? Raise your hand. Who's got the business plan written out? Oh my. You know what? There's going to be more. Raise your hand high. You have a business plan written out? Awesome. All right, good. With business planning is where it all starts. Business planning is your roadmap. It tells you where you want to get to. And by the way, I don't want to know where I want to get to just this year. What about next year and the year after and the year past that, right? You need your business plan. It's like trying to drive to Florida and not having a map. I'm going to stop. Hope I get close, right? A couple of things with business planning. You need to have an annual, we have an annual meeting. It's from the Kaim team. We have an annual meeting with all of our agents. At the same time, we establish their business plans. What we actually do is we establish the team's business plan. Once we've established their business plan, because once I know where they want to go compared to where we want to go, it gives me an idea of what the difference is. And if there's a difference or not. Do I need to hire more people? Do I not need to hire more people? What do I need to do to help our agents reach their goals? We have quarterly review. I'm real flexible. I mean, you guys are all independent contractors, right? So if your goal, I'm going to use round numbers, is $4 million. I know that's really high for some people, but it's a round number. So if your goal is file $4 million, after the third quarter, you should be at $3 million, right? If you're only at $2.5 million, something has to change. Either your goal has to change or your activities have to change. I don't care which, but something's got to change, okay? We also take a look at monthly checkups, depending on, again, where you're at, where you want to go. We're a big proponent of writing down your goals every day. Every day you write down your goals, you'll remember them all day long. I don't know if anybody follow Mike Ferry? Really, it's more Tom Ferry than Mike. Anybody follow Tom Ferry a little bit? All right, so what does he call that little thing in your brain? The reticular activator, I think. What you think about is what happens most. Your brain finds a way. The example he uses, if you're going to buy a Prius, what do you see on the road? Priuses everywhere, right? So you've got to train your brain what it is that you want. And I was teaching a class in Solon on Saturday, and there's this one video of Tom Ferry that I always show whenever I teach new agents, and this is probably the 10th time I listen to the video. And sometimes you miss things, right? You have different training, different time you catch different things. He said, if your goal is to sell $3 million, you need to think about $6 million. As training your brain to think double that number, only because if you want $3 million, your brain is going to look at and only filter through things that are going to get you to the $3 million. But if there's a chance you want to get to $6 million next year, you need to write down $6 million, 2019, and then $3 million, 2018, because you want your brain to start thinking about, what do I have to change to get to that next level? If you want to go to the next level. Again, some people don't. That's okay. You get to pick. Your business. All right, I'm going to talk about business planning real quick, and then I'm going to show you or goal setting, and then I'm going to show you a business plan. As far as goal setting, there's 3 different things that I suggest you know. You must know what your unit goal is for the year, what your volume goal is for the year, and what is your daily contact goal. How many new people do I need to contact on a daily basis in order for me to reach my goals? Which will help me reach my hopes and dreams. Right? All right. Why do we use units? Why is units so important? Help me out. Somebody?
It's more repeatable.
If you want your average price range to be $150,000, but you've got a friend who's buying a condo for $80,000, do you still work with that person? Yes. Of course. All day, every day, right? But that's why we take a look at units, because I can't always control the price point that I'm in, like sphere of influence and past clients. And that's who you want to work with, right? People that you know. So I can't control what their price point happens to be on a consistent, repeatable, reliable basis. So that's why you track units. Keep track of your units. And obviously you want to keep track of your average price range too as the year goes on. Does that make sense to everybody? All right. A lot of you don't have a business plan, so flip your sheets and let's take a look real quick at the business plan. I will tell you that I only gave you a piece of the business plan, so let me just pull up the actual one. All right, so the business plan that we use is Berkshire Hathaway. I'm sure that everybody has their own version with their own brokerage. You can find them online. There's a ton of coaching systems. Mike Ferry's got one, right? So you don't have to be in a particular brokerage to find yours. But the content is pretty consistent all the way across the board. All right, so we have a cover sheet. We have a SWOT analysis, your strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. We have a financial forecast. What did I put in? Did I include the financial forecast? No, I didn't, did I? Okay, you have a financial forecast. How much money do I need on a monthly basis, right? So you gotta know what your financials are. Rent, mortgage, auto payment. You need to know what your income is. So if you've got a spouse who's bringing in money, if you've got a dividend check that you get, retirement plan that you get, you can put that in there too. So you have your income, you have your expenses, then you take a look at what income you already have, and that tells you how much money you need to make in real estate. All right, so I use an example of $150,000 as the average sale price in my market. You can use whatever numbers you want to use. Get out your pen, make a change. I use the average gross commission to the company, or the average commission is 3%. For some of you, it might be a smidge higher. For some of you, it might be a smidge lower, or a lot lower. Then I use a 50% as a percentage of commission to me. We've got different people, different brokerages. I know you've got different comp programs, so you can change the number. But then based on that formula, it tells you what your expected net income per closed unit is. So based on these facts, I can tell you that your check should be about $2,250 if you sold a $150,000 house with a 3% average commission, with 50% of the commission going to you. So if I say that I want to make $50,000 this year, that means I have to have 22.2 houses sold. Now that's houses filed. You need to have some kind of an idea of what your fallout ratio is, right? How many houses you write the offer, you negotiate the offer, but they fall apart, right? Inspections, appraisals, they buy a BMW 3 days before close, things like that. And then you figure out from there what your monthly goal is. Does anybody have any questions on this? Pretty easy peasy, right? Okay. I'm not going to go through the objectives. Everybody should have their SMART objectives, SMART goals. All right, so the next thing I want to figure out real quick is, how many prospects do I need? You need to know this number. How many people do I need to contact today? Now, this is a formula that we use through Berkshire Hathaway. Remember I said I needed 22 houses in order to make my financial goals? We multiply that by 25 to come up with 555 contacts or prospects throughout the course of the year. 500 prospects throughout the course of the year divided by 12, 25 days a month. 2 prospects needed each day. Now, I will tell you that prospects are different than contacts. What's a prospect?
Somebody looking to buy or sell within the next 3 to 6 months.
It's a lead, right? It's an appointment or it's a lead. You talk to somebody, it's an appointment or it's a lead. I'll tell you that when we take a look at contact ratio for a newer agent who doesn't have a backlog of business, right? I mean, who's been in the business for 10 years or more? Steve, how many times a month do you have somebody calling you saying, come list me, or I need you help finding someone a house?
Not enough.
Okay, not enough. But he's got a lot more than somebody who's been in the business for a year or two, right? Because you have a backlog of business. So the down and dirty way that we do it with Mike Ferry is, if my goal is 22 units sales, 22 properties transferred in a 5-day If you're working 5 days that week, you need 22 contacts. And a contact could be, hi, you're looking to, we just listed a great house down the street for you. Do you know anybody who wants to move into the neighborhood? No, it's a great neighborhood? No? All right. By the way, when do you plan on moving? All right, that's a contact. Even if they hang up on you, it's a contact. So, daily contacts or daily prospects needed. It can be a big number sometimes. All right, and then last thing is just, well, 2 more things. Summary sheet. Everybody should have a business plan summary. This is something that you should post. When I say post, my kids know how many houses we like to sell as a team. They'll ask me, how you guys doing this month? We're at 44 sales. 44 sales, gonna hit 60? Yes, we are. I think we will. All right, good job, Mom. All right, now I have an 18-year-old, a 16-year-old, and a 13-year-old who are all very active, and they need money for their sports. So it's important to them that I hit my goals, right? All right, that's accountability partner. You need to find an accountability partner out there. This is posted for me, by the way. And then production tracking. It's just a down and dirty, easy way to find out, based on my contacts, based on my closings, based on my income, how am I doing? And by the way, how did I do? How does it compare to last year? So you fill in last year's numbers, so you have a target or a goal. All right, again, not rocket science, but I think it's an extremely important piece of your business. It's part of the roadmap. You've got to track it.